I remember a man walked into a room and the room changed. Not because he was loud, not because he demanded it, just because of what he carried. That man was me. And somewhere along the road I lost him, but I remember exactly who he was. And I'm coming back for him. I used to walk like I owned the ground beneath me. Used to speak and men would stop and turn to hear. I had a fire in my chest that nothing touched, and a kind of quiet courage only few men feel. I didn't chase the crowd to find my standing. I didn't need the room to call my name. I just showed up and something always shifted. I was different, and I didn't have to explain. I don't know the mile where I stopped being the man I swore that I would always stay, but I remember him like I remember breathing, and I'm done pretending he just walked away. I wasn't always like this. I used to be the storm. I used to be the one they couldn't move. I used to break the silence just by walking through the door. I wasn't always like this, and I'm going back to the man I was before. The road that bent me wasn't built to break me. The weight that slowed me down was mine to own. An airplane needs the wind against its face to rise, and I was built to take off in the storm alone. I watched the version of me that forgot his voice, apologize for taking up the space, but a man who shrinks himself to fit the crowd ends up losing everything except the shame. So I went back to the mirror in the morning, and I looked until I found what I'd been missing. The fire wasn't gone, it just went quiet, and quiet men can burn without permission. I wasn't always like this. I used to be the storm. I used to be the one they couldn't move. I used to break the silence just by walking through the door. I wasn't always like this, and I'm going back to the man I was before. You know what I figured out? I didn't lose myself. I just set myself down for a while, put him somewhere safe, where the road got rough. But a setback that does its homework comes back stronger than the man who left. And I did my homework. Every hard night, every humbling, every mile I walked when I didn't think I had another one left, that was the homework. And now I'm back. And the man coming back is harder, quieter, and more dangerous than the one who left. I wasn't always like this. I used to be the storm, but the storm that went quiet came back to form. Is the one you never see coming, is the one you can't prepare for. I wasn't always like this, I was more. And I'm going back, I'm going back to the man I was before. And more, if you remember who you were, go get him. He didn't leave, he's been waiting. Subscribe and stay on this road. Drop in the comments, who are you? Before life got in the way. I wanna know. You wanna know what happens to a man after everything tries to stop him and nothing does? He stops being stoppable. Not because he got lucky, not because it got easier, because somewhere in the middle of everything trying to end him, he realized they can't stop what they couldn't break. They threw the weight of the world across my shoulders, bet on the moment I would hit the ground. They lined up every reason I should crumble and watch me carry what should've kept me down. They blocked the roads and pulled the bridges under. They whispered to the dark that I was done. But every wall they built became a staircase, and every storm they sent became my sun. You think I don't see you watching, waiting for the fall that never comes? The longer that you wait, the more you're gonna understand what I'm made of. You can't stop me, try if you want. I've been through worse than anything you've got. You can't break what's already been broken, can't silence what's already been woken. I don't move for the storm, I don't bend for the crowd, I don't stop for the ones who never believed anyhow. You can't stop me, they never could, they never will. You can't stop me. I've heard every version of you're finished, seen every door they swore would never move. I've stood in rooms where nobody believed me and walked out with everything to prove. I don't need the wind behind me blowing, I don't need the odds to be in my favor. The only thing I need is what I've always had, the kind of will that doesn't ask permission later. You think I don't feel the pressure, you think I don't know the way. The difference between me and the man you expected is I never learned to break. You can't stop me, try if you want. I've been through worse than anything you've got. You can't break what's already been broken, can't silence what's already been woken. I don't move for the storm, I don't bend for the crowd, I don't stop for the ones who never believed anyhow. You can't stop me, they never could, they never will. You can't stop me. Every person who said I wouldn't make it, I want you to know something. I thought about you on the worst nights, on the mornings I didn't want to get up, on the days when everything said stop. I thought about you, and I got up anyway. Not to prove you wrong, prove me right. There's a difference, and that difference is everything. You can't stop me, never could. I was built for this road, misunderstood. You can't break what the fire already tested, can't bury what the ground already rejected. I don't stop, I don't fold, I don't kneel, I don't wait. I just move like a man with nothing left to lose and everything to claim. You can't stop me, they never could, they never will. You can't stop me, no. You never could. They're still watching, still waiting, still expecting the fall. Keep moving, that's your answer. That's always been your answer. Subscribe and stay on this road. Drop in the comments what tried to stop you. It never did. I wanna know.